Hi, this is K-Bar User. Now, I usually don't get into political stuff or news media crap or anything like that. Why? Because they're only telling you what they want you to hear. I recently watched a video on some hate mail that a neighbor wrote a mother with a child that has autism, saying he should be euthanized and send his body parts off to donate them, but not the retarded parts. What the is wrong with you? Woman, it's a human being. If he wants to go in his backyard, that they pay the taxes on that piece of property. And if they rent it, their landlord pays the property taxes. He's got every right in the world to go out in the yard and scream if he wants to. If it bothers you, buy a pair of earplugs. Simple and plain. You just offended millions of people. There's millions of people out there with autistic kids, special need kids. There's millions of people, period. Not only kids that have special needs and that are autistic or have some form of autism. That's number one. And like I said, I don't get into political and I don't get into the media stuff, but this is just something that has to be put out there. If anything, I don't see what's wrong with that child. Kids should be allowed to go outside and scream and yell and run around and have a good time. If you are that miserable that it bothers you, maybe they should donate your body parts, because there is something retarded about that letter. And since you wrote it, okay, so we're done with that. Oh, and by the way, if you watch AOL News, I was on there tonight, the mother of this child had a very nice reaction to your letter, and I hope you read it. So, that being said, that one's done. Also on AOL News, I was watching our wonderful president with the new gun proposal to stop importing foreign military weapons. Ooh, that's gonna stop it. Here's the definition of gun control as I see it. You get proper form, you lighten your sights up on the target, paper, steel, proper trigger control, the gun goes bang, your bullet hits the bullseye on that target. That is gun control. Now, gun uncontrol is, let's say, I dropped it and it went off accidentally. If there is a control, there's got to be an uncontrol. So that's got to be the uncontrol. I loaded it and pulled the trigger accidentally. I loaded it and slammed it on a butt plate and it went off. That's gun uncontrol. What is proposed here is that law-abiding people, meaning people who are living legally by the law, that own a gun, can't have it. According to all the gun control laws that I've seen come out in the last couple of years, they want to confiscate this. Oh, you can't have more than 3 rounds. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can't do that. Listen to me. I'm not a political activist. I'm not a anything. I'm John Q. Public that lives in the backwoods here in Pennsylvania. Alright? I've been handling guns I've served a stint in the United States Army. I've served a stint in the U.S. Air Force Reserve. I think I know a bit about guns. I've been using them since I was 8. 8. Maybe even younger, but 8 I can remember. Now, what they should have in this country is people control. Media control. I'm going to explain that. By this I mean people control. If your child is whacked out enough to take a weapon of any kind, well, we're going to use bullet firing weapons. Okay? Guns. Go to a public place and kill 26 first grade undefensible children. Well, guess what? We should gun control him and get him out of society. We should have done that before he killed somebody. For the families of these people, I give you a heartfelt sorry. For the child, that human, whoever did this, not only to your families, but Columbine, the whole 9 yards. To the person who did this, now, seriously think about this. He's going to have a trial forever. He's going to be put in jail for the rest of his life, or they're going to give him a death sentence, 2 or 3 of them, make sure he never gets out of jail. And for 90% of his life, he's going to be alive anyway. He's just going to be in jail. Now, with that being said, the same people whose kids he killed, whether it be, Sandy Hook, or it be Columbine, whatever, the same people who lost their children and spouses are going to wind up in their tax money paying for this person to sit in jail. Get free health care, free food, free place to sleep and eat, all the amenities that we have, only he doesn't have to work for them. And they don't have their kids or spouses. Now, I'm sorry, but that's not right. By no stretch of the imagination. Now back to gun control. Let's just say everybody in America says, okay, we give up our guns. Do you think that the guys out there on the street that's going to commit the crimes are going to give up their guns? No. Matter of fact, they're going to get more guns because they're going to steal them from somewhere else and say, hey, you know what? Joe Q. Public over there that has X in his house or whatever, he can't defend himself. There goes everything Joe QX worked all of his life for, possibly his life, because how are you supposed to defend against somebody who wants to shoot you? When you've taken any offense that I have against somebody busting through my door at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's got the gun. He's the criminal. I'm the law-abiding citizen that you want to take the gun off of. That's the only way I see gun control. Or maybe that's gun uncontrol. I don't know. I don't know what the right or the wrong answers are. All I know is this. If you control the media, the next kid who goes off the nut and grabs his father's gun won't be trying to outdo the guy that went to Sandy Hook. The guy at Sandy Hook might not have been trying to outdo the guy that went to Columbine. Why don't you just drop it? Let these people recover. Let them grieve. Let them move on. Not that they ever would be able to on a normal basis. But as long as the media is involved and politicians keep standing behind them, I don't see where they're going to have any satisfaction or peace of mind. As far as gun control, my take on gun control is proper form, proper trigger control, hitting your steel or your paper target, or just bouncing a tin can around at the range, or in your backyard if you have the room and it's safe. So if that's gun control, then why do we call this other stuff? It's going to have to be gun uncontrol. Or maybe we should call it gun mania. We have to be politically correct. So maybe we should call it gun mania. I'm not sure. But this is K-Bar User. Thanks for listening to me. I promise I won't bring any more of these videos. And if you liked it, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. In the meantime, y'all be safe out there, and I'll see you the next time.